Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another blind tasting with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today joined by
Henrik, the John of Gørløse.
And we got 2 beers, and we're again challenged by Tim and just Michael. And look at this.
Yeah. It's
hazy at least.
Unfiltered Pilsner.
Unfiltered pills. Pills. So, yeah, we know nothing. We are just going to try. Where should we start? Where do you want to start?
I think the left one is a bit more bright. So maybe should start with that one.
Okay, let's start with that one then.
Yeah.
Hazy, golden yellow color.
Yeah.
It looks like a New England IPA.
Yes.
Ooh, bright and dank. That smells really good.
Mm. Yeah.
Cushy, weedy, pineapple kush. Almost like a little bit of like, I think Citra type brightness, but there's also something that reminds me of Nelson. Like I'm definitely picking up on like gooseberry or something like that.
You have to,
Yeah.
So
It's really nice.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Cheers. Yeah. Wow, that's really good. Pin bright hazy IPA. To the drier side, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting back into haze. I had a can of hazy IPA with my father-in-law yesterday, and I was like, "This is actually really good." but maybe
it's just going up and down.
Yeah, but maybe it's because I'm sick of. And then a week ago, I had cans from the States of Parish Ghost in the Machine, and they were nice, but I was like, But maybe it's just because they're not super fresh. I don't know. Like maybe I'm at a point with haze, and I need to enjoy haze. It needs to be super.
But I mean, this is also the hazy that we kind of like. You know, the one that is kind of dry. It's still probably like
dry, pin bright, saturated.
Probably still like
really
7% or something like that.
Yeah, it could be like it's really full in the mouth.
Mm.
It's got some dryness, not really bitter, but some hop bite.
It's nice.
Pretty good stuff. We're like the big thing is we should try and guess some hops on this because
I mean that's more I still have a really hard time doing that.
There could be something Southern Hemisphere about this,
but there is some cantaloupe.
Yeah, that could also be yeast.
Yeah,
but that's really good. But Nelson Citra is something I'm thinking could be in there just because I think there's a little bit of a grapey Southern Hemisphere twang, but there is that like Citra dankness and tropicalness.
Yeah, I agree.
Of Citra these days. But let's try and move over to also a bit of lychee. Let's move over to the other one here. This looks even richer actually as you swirl it.
Yeah.
And it's maybe a bit more orange. I wonder if this is putty. No. Because putty is orange. Let's check out the aroma on this one.
Oh yeah. Much more.
What a difference.
Bubblegummy.
Bubblegummy, sweet. This could this be putty? It's like more sweet mango, more like
Put your brain aside.
It's not putty because I know they brought putty. That's why I'm keep saying putty. But
Here,
putty. There is a little bit of brightness to this one, but it feels a bit more cloying and a bit more sweet.
More sweet,
but not like too bad.
I mean, I
It's
much
also like
prefer
stone fruity.
I much prefer the more pin bright. The bubblegummy IPAs I've never really liked.
I like them, but as long as they're not too sweet, it feels like a richer beer. This feels like a double IPA, and this feels like a single, almost just judging by the aroma. But it also feels fairly saturated. Like I'm getting lots of peachy stone fruity vibes on this one, and not as much like bright tropical fruit. But there's also like a bit of spiciness to it. Let's try.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. That's also good.
Yeah.
But it's more creamy.
More creamy, more...
A little sweeter, but it's not too sweet.
No.
Spicy, peppery on the back. Cantaloupe, melony, as you said, for sure. And mango, sweet mango.
Yeah.
Loads of stone fruit, too.
Yeah.
Like, but this is much more my jam, this one. I love the brightness and the saturation digging into your palate. Like,
yeah.
And there's something that reminds me of Southern Hemisphere hops, which I really enjoy. I mean, this is also good. They're not bad hazies.
No,
at all.
And I mean, it's still this is not too sweet for me. Actually, it's more. How do you say? It's not as dry. It's not as dry. It's much more juicy, but it still has a good backbone of some good hop bite as well.
Yeah.
So,
but it's more spicy. It's more sweet tropical. It's more this cantaloupe melony.
Yeah.
It's also sweeter stone fruit. Whereas this is like bright tropical fruit, kind of cushy dankness, bright hop bomb. Like this is really nice. This one.
This just wants you to drink more.
Like it also feels recently fresh and really chewy and full body. Like I could drink this all day. That like it's more unique in terms of its hop character as well, with like bright tropical fruits and stinginess and everything, which I really enjoy. All day IPA. What did they do to all day IPA? So the easy guess here is that both of these are New England like hazy IPAs.
Yes.
That is, you can see that just by looking at the glass
And smell it and taste it.
and my clear favorite is the first one we tried.
Yeah, I agree.
Even the burps taste fantastic. I think that is. This is all like close, if not world-class haze for me. Like it's not too sweet, and you can just drink it all fucking day. Where like, and it's funny because recently the hazies I've had where I've been like, this is more haze. They've been like this.
Yeah.
And it's not bad haze, but it's just leaning more to that like sweet, overripe juice bomb edge, and that's what I'm sick of. I want it to be more something like that.
Yeah. I agree.
Could you rate or perhaps guess what beer you think it is?
I have no idea what beers, but this would be like 94, maybe even 95. I think that's fucking great haze. This one would still be in the early 90s because it is well done in what it's doing, but I think that one is just a little bit more interesting. So maybe like early 90s for this one.
And which one is Putty?
This one. If one of them is Putty, this is
Where
Putty.
are they from? Do you have a... Where in the world?
This seems inspired by American haze, or it is American. This could very much be like from the West Coast. It seems inspired like by, the monkish stuff and like monkish or green cheek or brewhos or all these like hazy IPA producers that make really bright, vibrant, juicy hazies that are tropical and hop centric. And this feels more like the East Coast, where it's more like about juice bombing and making them soft and bitter. This has more edge and there's a little bit of bitterness, where this like is more like classic juice bomb, where I think like East Coast. So I'm thinking like the inspiration could be like West Coast, East Coast, and then I think they could both be from the States, to be honest. But they might also be European.
Ready?
Again, like maybe 94, 95 on that one. I think
I
that's
agree.
great.
And the
And
other one?
94,
early 92-ish,
I mean,
91, I think.
The more I get this, the more I like it. I think this is 92.
So, should I get it?
to see?
Yeah.
2 seconds.
We close the eyes.
It's also really good, that one.
Yeah.
So, like
You can
that.
open your eyes.
What the hell? Okay,
Yeah, well,
I feel like a total douchebag.
that's why I did this blind. We did this blind because you would never rate your own beer, and this is the only way we could get you. And
Okay.
nobody told you, and nobody knew anything. So,
Holy crap.
It's
So-
the best way to get an objective
yeah,
from you.
Okay, wow. But this is, so you brought this.
Yeah.
Okay, well now I'll have to introduce this beer. Okay, what the hell? But actually, what is fun, this is inspired by the East Coast. But I guess Nelson, this is not Nelson. It's Citra's in there, but it's Strata, CGX, and Peachurine. But there was something Southern Hemisphere about it. So, Peachurine was right. So yeah, this is inspired by West Coast hazies.
You said East Coast before, actually. So,
yeah.
this is West Coast.
But I meant,
to
yeah, I meant
all
this
the
one.
people that don't know, this is from Bad Seed.
Yeah.
So I'm head brewer at Bad Seed Brewing, and I've said it so long, like in a lot of time, that I do not want to feature my beers on the channel because I think like it's
It's
unfair.
Yeah.
reviewing your own product is there's a kind of a
That's done inspired by what's going on the West Coast, actually. So
Yeah.
the fact that I guess that is pretty impressive. But the hopping on this is quite saturated too, and it's a really fresh can. This is just like 5 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's also why it's really tasty. And then like heavy adjuncted grist. And then, fuck, it's so weird sitting talking about that. I think we're about 60% adjuncts and then 40% base malt, which is insane. And then it's double dry hopped with around 5 pounds per barrel in the States, 20 gram per liter of Peachfuzz, Strata CGX, Citra. So,
You gotta give me another bottle.
Yeah.
another can? We can go to the brewery because I did 5 minutes
I mean,
ago.
this is actually kind of a wholesome thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I also really hate that I just fucking reviewed it.
But you had no idea.
For me,
No.
you're
Yeah.
completely right. I would much rather drink that than the other one.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
not because I know you. That is,
Well.
I really try to be honest.
Wow, this is so. I'm scared of airing this video.
It's up to you if you air it.
I think I'll
I
air
have
it
to say that.
because it's also fun because it's I made that, but that's also really good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely
quite
more
good.
to that. English
How
over.
fresh is that?
That's also the question because
Yeah.
that's also a big from December, and this was
December.
canned December 20th, and this was canned. Okay, this is a month fresher, the 25th of January.
Yeah, but I mean, dry and bitter are also very good at doing what they do.
But I guess double and I guess single, didn't I?
you did.
So.
Yeah. But
This is
still
a
like
really good beer.
6%. It is really good. I mean, I actually haven't had this before. This is the first time I have it as well. I think I do have a can of it at home, but this
But
is
it's
the first
so
time trying
much
it.
brighter. Like it's
Yeah.
tropical.
Yeah.
It's not even pushed. The funny thing is, I rate this 94.95, and this is not even graded 4 on Untapped in an average.
But that's
but that's my 100% honesty.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What the hell? Well, how much is? Can you find how much is this graded?
And
Because I'm sure double Dippy Do is not over 90
I think
either,
it's
or over 4.
4.17 or something.
Like for 90 is over 4 to
This
me
is
on Untapped.
3.94 euro.
This one?
This
Oh, no,
one is 4.07.
Okay. Well, it should be around 4, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's dead on haze.
But yours have.
Was this one you just figured out by looking in the fridge or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, because we were supposed to do this with Putty, but then you saw Putty, and then a minute after he showed this one, and I said to Tim, "Should we do it with that?"
Yeah.
So we did.
Good idea.
But Peachfuzz has 100 rating. The other one has 18,500.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah. But it's also interesting because when we released it, it was shared with a lot of bloggers and stuff at an event, and it was only like 2 days old. And because it's so heavily dry hopped, it was still green a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think if those people have had it later, they would have enjoyed it more. Like if they had it now, they would have enjoyed it more.
I actually waited with Putty for the same reason.
Yeah, like we started doing these beers. This is called Peachfuzz, and they're all called Fuzz something because the first one was called Fuzzy Greens, and now it's a series. I made a new one called Hot Fuzz. But
Hot Fuzz, nice.
yeah, but the first one, Fuzzy Greens, which is also Southern Hemisphere hop. That's the thing with those fuzzy beers. That got a lot of hype in Denmark. A lot of people loved it. But I think this is better.
I think that's better too. Yeah. Fuzzy Greens is
But
good.
maybe it's
but
also because it's not a double IPA.
Yeah.
I'm more into something I can drink more.
But this is just it's a light. It's the dryness is just amazing. I mean, it's so good. And you just
Do you want to know? This is not a dry beer.
no, but it feels dry.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how sweet this is?
Yeah, no.
The
yeah.
residual sweetness of this is 5.5 Plato or something like that.
Yeah.
That is,
Oh my God, that's
yeah.
enough.
A Pilsner finishes at around 2 Plato. So it's more than double the sweetness of a Pilsner.
Yeah.
But because it's so heavily dry hopped, it doesn't feel as bitter.
No.
Or as sweet.
No.
This is probably around the same finish and gravity, and that's a double IPA. This is just, I'm guessing it's the amount of hops. But I'm also thinking like this with age, you'll get more sweetness. It'll be more pronounced. You don't have that sharp hoppiness to cut through everything. But man, that was fucking...
Well, that's it.
That was fun. Okay. First Bad Seed beer in a while. I've done reviews of Bad Seed beers if you want to see it on the channel before I was a brewer there as well. So
Oh yeah, that's
you
right.
can check them out. But hey, check out Bad Seed Brewing. And check out Dry and Bitter as well. Good friends of Bad Seed as well. They're fantastic guys. They also make really good beers. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try either of these two, let us know what you thought of them. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notification about videos. And we're gonna say cheers. We drank it all.
It's so good.
See you guys in another blind tasting.
Yeah.